Hey y'all, C2 with Marcus Benjamin. We're here with another reaction post-spring game. We've been waiting for this day. It's been like one of those days where like we just kind of want to see what's what in a live setting. A lot of great people out. The weather was beautiful. A lot of great people out here. We've seen some alum come show some love. A big crowd. So I'm excited to see that too. We got some good stuff today. We've seen some things in the game. Some players, Baby Jesus did his thing today, so we're just gonna give y'all a good reaction of what we saw, and then what are we looking for post-spring game. I know transfer portal is coming up as well. You know, we got summer and then we got fall camp, so you know we'll get into a little bit of that too. Benjamin, what you seeing today, bruh?
I saw a lot of Baby Jesus making some plays. I mean, that wasn't really a surprise to me or to anybody who's been following the team that Malachi Tony, the freshman sensation from American Heritage, was going to do his thing today during the spring game. So nice to see him get into the end zone 2 times. One was a deep ball from Luke Nickel. I believe the other was a short pass.
It was from Emory.
As well. So I like what I saw from him. He was clearly the most dynamic playmaker on the field today. So glad he got some shine. What I learned about him though, and this upcoming 2025 season, is that you can't keep him off the field.
Absolutely not.
You cannot keep Malachi Tony off the field for this 25 season. You'd be doing this team a disservice if you did so. So I'm looking forward to just him making plays this season, because he is going to get on the field. To me, he was the most dynamic player. Ray Joseph also got into the end zone as well, used his speed to get into the end zone. But this day was all about the defense.
As we projected, right?
Exactly. They dominated from the word go today.
Anybody stood out for you defensively?
I thought Amari Wallace had a pretty decent day.
He had a pick today, right?
Yeah, he had a kind of an easy pick because Judd Anderson threw into like triple coverage.
Was that Judd or was that Luke?
It was Judd.
Oh,
Judd threw into triple coverage, so it was kind of an easy pick for Amari Wallace, but he still made the play. Dylan Day also had an interception today, so I like what I saw from him. Markeith Williams. I'm naming all safeties here, so it feels like the safeties had a really good day. But at the same time, it's like, was it really good safety play, or
was
just
it bad quarterback
play?
Passes,
You know, that's the thing about these spring games. It's always like a double-edged sword. You know, you're damned if you do or damned if you don't. The other big takeaway for me was the goal line stand at the end zone. You know, because you know this offense or this regime under Mario Cristobal and Alex Mirabal is all about the O-line and really kind of imposing their will. And they couldn't get a yard with Mark Fletcher carrying the football. So credit to the defensive line stopping, Fletcher from getting into the end zone. But it's a bit concerning that she couldn't get 1 yard.
You know, Coach Cristobal actually definitely gave them a shout out today. The Coach Lewis, also JT as well. They've been doing such a great job with the defensive line. I've seen them throughout spring, but today seeing them live and in action, it was good for others to see it, but also it's good to see them live as well. And I think they did what they needed to do today. It was a defensive win for Miami Hurricanes today.
Yeah, absolutely. And you had a couple of your biggest playmakers not playing in this game today.
That's a big thing.
Elijah Lofton was absent from this game.
JoJo
Trader didn't play either. So you missed that dynamic playmaking capability from those guys. So you kind of wonder, like, how would this offense look if JoJo and Elijah Lofton both played in the game?
Absolutely.
At the same time, you didn't see a lot of Ruben Bain or Akeem Mesidor. They played the first series of this spring game and was pretty much held out for the majority of the game. Wesley the Saint didn't play a lot of snaps as well. So, you left wondering, like, what could have been of this spring game if those guys would have played.
And see, that's the thing as well, and especially when it comes to spring games, you're expecting to see, something, and I feel like the fans were able to get something, but you just never know. It's a lot of questions and a lot of variables and a lot of missing pieces this spring. So we're not able to really gauge what's what, which is one of my things. But also, too, I think it's important for people like Malachi Tony that did come out here and perform as he wanted to, and he did a great job. But just getting that first college live experience and getting it in, I just think that's something important. And we also asked Coach Mario Cristobal about just having a spring game, because a lot of coaches have been opting out, and I think Coach Cristobal, he's going to do what he wants to do, obviously.
Thanks.
But at the same time, he thinks that it's important for Miami to continue to have a spring ball game. I mean, make a change next year, but we'll see what's what. But I do think it's important that we're able to see what we see. A lot will change from this day on, right?
Sure.
There's a lot of missing pieces today. But going forward, some are going to leave, some people are coming in, transfer portal wise.
Yeah.
Do you have any prediction of who you think that will be kind of stepping out post spring game?
I would say the big one is Emory Williams. If I were a betting man, I would, bet the odds that probably Emory Williams probably jumps in the transfer portal. I'm hearing players like maybe Darius Hayes could jump in the transfer portal. Derek Claus, I'm hearing, could possibly be gone as well. Those are the guys that kind of like jump out to me as far as like players that are probably departing. Miami, I think, still needs to add depth to their wide receiver room.
Absolutely.
And their running back room. Although the running backs, I thought, looked pretty decent today.
Lau looked great.
Yeah, Jordan Lau, I thought, looked pretty good. Mark Fletcher looked pretty good as well. Chris Sweetley-Humphrey had some moments. And Gerard Pringle. Who,
Now that was surprising a bit, because he was out for a little bit due to an injury, but he looked really good. He looked really good. So shout out to him. I'm excited for what he can do in the future. Seriously.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me a little bit of your boy, not his style of running, but just Jordan Lau.
Yeah.
But just his potential.
Yeah.
His potential. I do like Gerard Pringle a lot.
Yeah, you see the speed and you see the difficulty to get him down.
Absolutely.
Like, he's got great balance. Like, he's a small dude, but it's hard to get him down, and he just displays really good balance once he gets the football in his hands.
Now I do want to talk about some more concerns that I am seeing, because obviously I feel like we definitely need to add a wide receiver, but I want to talk about the linebacker, because we spoke yesterday.
Yeah.
We both kind of agreed that the linebacker room needs someone from the transfer portal. Do you still feel that way after today?
Yeah, I definitely still feel that way. I feel like Alderman, like I said before, I think he's a good player, a smart player, but I'm not sure if he can play a ton of snaps. He seemed, not physically ready to really kind of step up and be that guy for me. Although Kellen Wiley looks the part, but still very young, so I liked what I saw from him. And then Bobby Pruitt is the other guy who I thought made some plays today. And, I still feel that the linebacker room could use another body.
Absolutely.
For depth concerns, just in case one of your top guys, Wesley or Popo, goes down.
Right. You'll think, Alderman with being, higher in ranking and kind of a vet, in a sense that the expectations are a little bit different. But, I mean, I've seen plays out of Bobby Pruitt through, so I was sure that he will make some type of plays. But, I mean, what did you see from Bassane today?
I didn't see a lot from him because he didn't play a lot of snaps, but I believe he did force a fumble on
That's what I mean.
on Mark Fletcher on that first series. So, good to see that. Takeaways is something that I think was kind of missing last season. So to see the amount of takeaways that we saw today, I thought was really good. We saw a takeaway from Zaquan Patterson as well. He had an interception. So you had, really, like I said, really good safety play from Patterson, Markeith Williams, Dylan Day, Amari Wallace. These guys really kind of showed that, they can elevate the level of play from that safety position.
Definitely was a defensive day today. And we kind of knew already that this would happen, especially towards the end of spring. Throughout the practices, the defense was just dominating.
Yeah.
And I kind of sense, especially when you have people like JoJo Trader or Elijah Lofton out, like it's just one of those things when you just know, right? Coach Cristobal, what did you get from him? I know we were both at the post-game conference.
Yeah.
He said some things. Anything stood out to you?
Yeah, there's this whole controversy with Nico Iamaleava. I hope I am butchering that name.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay. I got you.
You know what I'm talking about. The Nico quarterback from Tennessee who basically, is no longer with the team because he wanted basically a new NIL deal. He wanted to, get more money. Let's just put it as simply as that. And he was kind of asked about that, and Cristobal responded with, if you are going to hold out, then you basically need to get out. So it's a new era of college football. Obviously, these kids are getting paid with their NIL deals, and they're using that leverage as well. But Cristobal's statement there really kind of let me know this is all about the team and not about the individual.
Right.
It's not about you. It's about the you.
Like he said, it's always open. The transfer portal is always open. And on top of that, adapt or die. That's what he goes by. You know how Coach Cristobal is about recruiting, and it never stops for him. So it has changed a lot, even with the amount of people you can have on the roster, that has changed. So things happen.
Yep.
I'm interested to see what the transfer portal will look like.
Sure.
These next while until it closes. But
and then Carson Beck is going to be leading the team-led practices. I heard that from Cristobal as well.
Yep.
So
that's a great sign.
That's exciting to hear, and the fact that he's going to be throwing starting as soon as next week. So that is definitely exciting to hear. Based on the quarterback play that we saw today, this team needs Carson Beck. Emphasis on needs.
Did we touch on the quarterbacks a little bit?
We did a little bit.
Luke Nickel, what did you think of him today?
I liked Luke Nickel from what I saw, even though he threw a pick and he had to throw the ball away a few times. I thought he had good pocket presence. He felt the pocket, crumbling at times and was able to kind of escape a little bit. Obviously, you can't touch the quarterback in these type of settings, but I like the way he kind of kept his head up. He did miss some throws, but he made some throws as well. Of the three quarterbacks, I felt like he is the one that would probably put up the most points in the game. I think Emory Williams is a good game manager of a quarterback. He checked down. I mean, we saw a bunch of check down throws all day today. To the running back, to the tight end, check down all day. Luke Nickel was the only one trying to push it down the field at least a little bit.
And he got down there.
Yeah, so I like what I saw from the freshman.
What about Judd? Any statements or anything on him?
I'm going to refrain to really kind of comment on Judd Anderson so much, but I do think that he's got a ways to go as far as becoming a college football quarterback. I think he's just not there yet. He was throwing balls up for grabs. The good reads that he did make, he wasn't accurate with those throws. So I think he has a ways to go as far as his development is concerned.
I agree with you.
So we'll see on how he develops in the next months or so.
I agree with you on that statement. Well, I mean, we've been saying it all spring, my God.
Yeah.
What's next for the team? I know we'll get a little breaky break.
Yeah.
With us, but I mean, what are you looking forward to? From here, I'm looking forward, honestly, to see Beck back. And just him building that chemistry with the receivers or whomever will come in, or I'm just excited for him to come back and actually start taking snaps at Miami.
Yeah, I'm excited for him, of course, and just all the other injured players really to come back in the fall and really kind of show what they can do. We didn't see a lot of Zaquan this spring. We didn't see a lot of OJ this spring, and JoJo towards the end, we didn't see a lot of him. We didn't see a lot of Chance Robinson. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the fall as well. So even Bryce Fitzgerald, who is a freshman, I'm looking forward to seeing him and what he kind of adds to this DB room. So that's really kind of what I'm looking forward to. These guys that were injured, who didn't play so much, I'm looking forward to seeing what they add to this team in the fall.
I'm excited about that too.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited. I don't know, today was just like a breath of fresh air. It felt the closest to football season today. So I'm on a high right now. Really, seriously, I just love the shit, man.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But yeah, it should be interesting. Cristobal looked very happy, to say the least.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a lot to do.
He's supposed to look that way.
Yeah. He's in front of all the recruits, all the parents, all the fans, obviously. But yeah, between that and just overall, generally, last thoughts of spring game, this spring season for the Miami Hurricanes.
I feel like we learned more from the spring practices than this actual spring game. To be honest, I didn't feel like we really got much from this spring game. To be quite honest with you guys, I think we knew everything about this defense and how well it was playing. We knew what Baby Jesus could do.
Did I not put him as MVP for today?
I think you did.
Yeah, most definitely had Malachi MVP. And I said Elijah, but he didn't play. But
yeah, good job there.
Shout out to him. Shout out to Tony. He did good on his interview too. Y'all make sure y'all go check him out.
You did. So shout out to you, C2, for doing this instant reaction with me again. You know, of course we'll be back. We'll be back in the fall, bringing you more content.
Now make sure y'all follow my guy, Marcus Benjamin.
Yeah, at Benjamin Rivals on X. Follow me on Instagram as well. I'm not as present, I guess, on IG as my colleague here, but she gonna get me right. But you can follow me there on Benjamin Report, and of course follow my YouTube channel or subscribe to my YouTube channel live from Casz County.
Y'all already know, C2 here. New era C2 on everything, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure y'all tap into my spaces. We're going live right now as we speak. But New Era C2, y'all make sure y'all follow me. I'm here with all the exclusive, the interviews, the backdrops, the what you guys may not hear from other people, because you know how women are. We know things. We know things. But yeah, make sure y'all tap in with me, New Era C2. We'll be back with more instant reactions, you guys. Thank you guys.
See you next time.